Juggling work, study, and, trying to have an actual life? Yeah, this one's for you. We're not doing a lecture here. We are opening up a toolkit. This is your practical, no-nonsense guide to not just surviving the week, but actually winning it. Let's get right into it.
Does this look familiar? You're on site or maybe in the office, your brain's probably still buffering from last night's study session, and you are powering through on your third energy drink. Look, we have all been there. It feels like the only way to keep all those plates spinning, right?
But here's the thing, this is not about becoming some green juice-drinking 5 a.m. jogging superhero overnight. Nope. This is about making small, smart tweaks that can actually fit into a real, busy life. The goal here is simple. Build good patterns, forget about being perfect.
Okay, let's grab our first tool from the kit, fuel. What you put into your body is basically the foundation for everything, your energy, your mood, even your ability to focus. And don't worry, we're gonna keep this super, super simple.
So you've probably seen this before, the Eat Well guide. But here's the secret nobody tells you. It's not a strict rule for every single meal. Think of it more like a map for your whole week. It's the big picture. Are you getting a good mix of stuff overall? That's what matters.
I mean, just look at the difference here between a sugar crash waiting to happen and steady, reliable energy. Swapping that fizzy drink for water or that pastry for something whole grain, that's not about being good. It's a strategic move to stop that 3 p.m. slump where your brain just decides to check out. These little swaps are what keep you sharp.
Meal prep. I know, it sounds like a massive chore, right? But what I like to call the lazy version is a total game changer. It's all about outsmarting your future tired self. You cook a big batch of chili on a Sunday, and boom, that's like 2 or 3 meals already sorted. Have some rice ready to go, stock up on those quick wins. This is your secret weapon against the last-minute takeaway.
When it comes to hydration, here is the magic number to remember: 6 to 8 drinks a day. And before you panic, that does not mean 8 glasses of water. And get this, tea, coffee, sugar-free drinks, it all counts towards keeping your brain from feeling foggy. Just keep a bottle with you and sip away. It's that simple.
All right, time for our second tool, movement. And let me just get this out of the way right now. You do not need to become a gym person for this to work. This is all about weaving activity into the life that you're already living.
So, the official guideline is 150 minutes of moderate activity a week. And all moderate means is that you get a bit warmer, you get a little breathless, but you could still have a chat with someone.
And I know what you're thinking, 150 minutes? Who has that kind of time when you're already stretched thin? But wait. We are not talking about finding some giant 2.5-hour block in your week. Let's slice that number up into something that actually makes sense.
Here is the secret. All of this stuff counts. That brisk walk you take on your lunch break, that's 20 minutes in the bank, right there. Lugging the weekly shopping in from the car, yep, that counts too. It all adds up, and most of it happens without you even having to think of it as a workout.
And it's not just about getting your heart rate up. Strength is just as important. We're not talking about lifting massive weights. It's about keeping your muscles and joints strong so you don't get injured. And you can absolutely do it at home. 10 squats while you're waiting for the kettle to boil? Perfect, job done.
Okay, on to tool number 3, and honestly, this one is the absolute foundation for everything else: recharge. You can have the best diet and exercise plan in the world, but if you're not sleeping well and managing stress, you are basically fighting a losing battle.
So the big idea here is a simple wind-down routine. This isn't complicated, it's just about sending little signals to your brain that the day is ending. Dim the lights, put the phone away, and seriously, try charging it in another room. It's a game changer. And just do something calm. You're literally training your brain to get ready for rest.
Of course, there's one major obstacle to sleep. The second your head hits that pillow, bam, your brain decides it's the perfect time to remind you of every awkward thing you've ever said and everything on your to-do list for tomorrow. It is the absolute worst.
So to fight that, we have the brain dump. Before you even start your wind down, just get all those buzzing thoughts out of your head and onto a piece of paper. Then, if they try to pop up again in bed, you can just tell your brain, nope, it's already parked. We'll deal with it in the morning.
And for when stress hits you in the middle of the day, here is your emergency reset button, box breathing. It takes 60 seconds, it's totally free, you can do it anywhere, and it physically calms your nervous system down. Just breathe in for 4, hold for 4, out for 4, and hold for 4. It's really that simple.
And now for our final tool, and honestly, this might be the most important one. Because you can know all this stuff, but how do you actually make it happen day after day? This is how you make it stick.
The technique is called habit stacking, and it is such a brilliantly simple idea. You just link a new habit that you want to create with an old habit that you already do without even thinking about it.
Here's a perfect example. You already brush your teeth every morning, right? It's automatic. So you just create a new rule. After I brush my teeth, I will immediately fill my water bottle for the day. The old habit acts as the trigger for the new one. No willpower needed. How clever is that? And this is so crucial. It is way better to do a 10-minute walk every single day than it is to do a heroic 2-hour gym session once a month. And hey, if you have an off day and miss one, it doesn't matter. The real goal is just to get back on track the next day. Never miss twice. That is how you build real momentum.
At the end of the day, this is what it all boils down to. We are aiming for progress, not perfection. It's about building a better overall pattern for your week. You know, one takeaway doesn't wreck your health, just like one salad doesn't magically make you healthy. It is what you do most of the time that counts.
So let's make this real. Forget about overhauling your entire life overnight. Just looking at this toolkit, what is the one tiny thing you could actually try this week? Maybe it's just filling that water bottle after you brush your teeth, or maybe it's doing 10 squats while the kettle boils. Just pick one small thing and start there. You've absolutely got this.